To build anything that truly lasts, it takes time.
Breaking news coming in on India-US trade talks, wherein the India trade team has extended its stay by one more day. Let's go across to my colleague Sumita, who is here with more details on this one. Sumita, tell us the latest that you're picking up.
Absolutely, Srishti. This trade team that's led by India's chief negotiator, 6th and 27th, they extended their stay beyond that time period. And now we're given to understand from government sources that the trade team, which is in the United States in Washington to negotiate with the United States trade team and the Commerce Ministry officials, well, that has extended its stay by one more day. In fact, we're also given to understand from government sources that India-US talks, they remain deadlocked as New Delhi is resisting lowering of tariffs with respect to its very sensitive agri sector, dairy sector and GM crops, genetically modified crops. Remember, government sources last week also indicated, and they told ET Now exclusively, that that is one segment that has not been touched before with respect to any deals that we've struck with other countries. So of course, India maintaining a firm stance with respect to this particular sector. Meanwhile, India is insisting on a competitive edge that it needs to have for its own domestic industry. It is also asking for concessions related to labor-intensive sectors that includes handicrafts, gems and jewelry and related sectors. And in fact, they are yet to come to an agreement so far as an interim trade deal is concerned. So that's the latest that we're picking up as far as negotiations between the two sides are concerned.
Right, we'll leave it at that, Sumita. Thanks for all those details. Anshul, wanted to get your thoughts in. I know that, there is that fast approaching tariff deadline with the US and the extension of 3 months comes to a close. But how critical do you think, from an India standpoint, would be the tariff negotiations for the market rally to continue? Would it have any bearing to begin with?
Aisha, this has various facets to it. One is, of course, the immediate benefit in terms of earnings for Indian companies, and that will happen sector by sector. For instance, in textiles, there can be significant benefits as a result of the trade deal. But in capital goods, unlikely, because there isn't really much that we can trade on that aspect. So there will be a sector by sector benefit that India will see because of the trade deal. But there is another layer to the trade deal, which is that there is capital flows that happen because of geopolitical moves. And if the trade deal, by and large, is seen as beneficial to India and adversarial towards China, then clearly that will be a signal that even flows should move towards India to some extent at the cost of China. So on flows, this can be a big signal. And by and large, India is a very small on India's GDP, the trade with America is very small, and there is only room for increase over there. So, in our judgment, the tariffs and the deal, the trade deal, are likely to be beneficial for the country by and large. That's the way we view this negotiation at the moment.